we debate the state of the nation through his eyes. How realistic is his second stab at the house on the hill? Talk to us, send us a message on 22047. The hashtag to use is TV47 News. Prof, thank you for making time for us tonight. We got your quick comments, of course, on the state of policing in the country following the stories we aired. Let's get to our discussion tonight, Prof. In the 2022 polls, you alongside your running mate managed to scoop 61,969 votes, accounting to 0.44% of the votes. How realistic are you to make a second stab with those numbers?
Let me first of all retrace your steps on the statement that you've made. We had 2.8 million votes, not 61,000 votes.
This is what IEBC.
IEBC, of course, with the stolen votes, what is coming out from the likes of Malala that the vote was stolen, it actually confirms what I've just said. We got more votes than what was reflected, but we've gone beyond that story. We don't want to go in.
And we will move from that, Prof.
Yes.
When you say we got 2-point-something million votes, yet IEBC declares little shy of 70,000, where do you get those numbers from?
Well, I've been given by reliable sources from various embassies who are actually within. Yes.
And Prof, looking back at the 2022 polls, just reflectively, where do you think you would have done better?
I think I did better. Not that I would have done better. I did the best, and I'm going to do better, and I'm going to surprise these people. That's why I've decided to go it alone, without getting into the groupings that I can see which have gone mayhem. I've seen teams now going around, instead of telling us issues, giving us issue-based policies, they have just put one denominator in their mouth, and that is Ruto. In the morning is Ruto, breakfast Ruto, tea time at 10 Ruto, lunchtime Ruto, but they are not telling us what policies they have and issues that you're going to tackle. That's why I'm going to defeat all of them.
And observedly, that team you are making reference to is a team that refers itself to as the People's Opposition. We will come to that, Prof. Post the election, we saw you in several instances and in rallies with Raila Odinga, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. You seemingly supported the NADCO process. Did Roots at any point join Azimio then?
We have never been members of any affiliation. We are just friends of Azimio. And my role in Azimio, which newspapers and media people and what have you do not want to look into, I'm the one actually who was one of the architects of the ongoing revolution by then, those mandamanos, with my experiences, the experiences that I've gone through while I was out of the country. I led those, I gave the idea, Raila backed me, and we did what we did. Yes.
But Roots Party did not, with definitive answer, join
Azimio? No, we have no intention, we are not, and we shall not join anybody. Maybe post-election, that is okay, like they do in Italy and India. But this issue of tribal cocoons and croppings and people saying, oh, we have our share, let's eat this, let's do this, Roots Party is not part of that.
Prof, and as a presidential candidate, you are the only one amongst the 4 presidential candidates in the 2022 polls who are not in government. Isaac Mwaure was appointed as the chair of NetFund. Raila Odinga's party has nominated cabinet members who are in government now. The president, of course, was elected in government. Were you at any given point in the last year's government reorganization in broad-based, were you approached by the president or the Kenya Kwanza government? Well,
I was approached indirectly by some governors from Rift Valley who came in through the back door, and I think I made that very clear on the media houses, some of the media houses. They came in with the usual mindset of money, the Moi era kind of standardization. They thought I was just some kind of buffoon who would be foolishly be pushed around. For example, they said they were going to offer me a cabinet secretary. And then before that, another governor calls me and says, oh, we shall send you a helicopter to come to Bomet. We have a project you wanted to see. Another governor calls me and says, no. We are also going to give you a piece of land in Masai Mara. They said 150 acres. And even though I cannot satisfy that they were genuine governors, but the numbers later on I found out that they were. So once I saw that, I approached my friends and I asked them, what is all this? Then I was told, yes, all they are looking for is to have a picture with you. The moment they take you there and you have a picture with so and so, they will say Wajackoyah has joined. And then they
and Prof, were the governors, in your view, doing it out of their own volution, or you read as though they were working on someone's behalf?
They were sent, and when they mentioned certain names, I was like, these are the most idiotic human beings on earth. If a person like me, with all this education that I have, with all these networks that I have around the world, how can I get these illiterate people? I'm not saying illiterate per se, but people who went to school without any kind of networking in the world. Do they think that they will just call me and kill my mission and vision in Roots Party, which a lot of people are following, just because they want me to be a cabinet secretary? And then if I become a cabinet secretary, then what do I do now? I start now singing the music. I can see the likes of those who joined recently singing, oh, we are now in broad-based government, we are eating, some of them parading their girlfriends. Come on, that's not me, and I will not be. I'll run again. I'm going to run on principle, and I'm not going to be involved. But if somebody wants to talk to me, if Ruto wants to talk to me, let him pick the phone.
Has he talked to you at any instance?
No, I only spoke to him when I was telling him about the inequities that are going on recently during a funeral in Nyanza. When I told him, I said, Mr. President, so-and-so is letting your government down, and if you are being advised by this kind of fellows, then you're going nowhere. And I told him in the plain open, it doesn't mean that I hate Ruto. I don't hate him. He is the president of this country. But if he's doing wrong, I point whatever he's doing wrong, and I have no fear. Yes.
And Prof, observedly again, your attitude towards the Kenya Kwanza broad-based government, and what you say, for instance, when I believe you met Raila, and this was in a funeral, I suppose, that BAMBA, if you did not do what you did, this country would have burned. We do not want to burn it. I want you, the president, you said, go Tame Farouk and team and tell them to sit down. In your words, Prof, you seem to have a soft spot rather for the broad-based government. Well,
it was not that I had a soft spot for broad-based government. I don't like it, we'll never like it, we'll never be part of it. But what I was trying to say is that the people who are dying at that particular time were innocent people. Sons of peasants, sons of people who had been deprived of their economic and political rights, artistic expressions of the independence. So I was like, well, these people are killing kids without mercy. If Raila went in to smoothen it down and then came up with a solution of joining, that is him. What I wanted was that to stop at that particular time. It stopped, yes, and then we have to think. It didn't mean that I was trying to tell with an ulterior motive, no. But when Raila joined, that's when my clock stopped. He's my friend, but I'm not joining. And I've made this on several occasions in some of the rallies we have been. Fair. Now I can see some people around Raila coming up and saying, it's our time to eat. People are now galvanizing. They are taking their kids in this broad-based government projects. Why would you be begging for projects? Why would we be sending delegates? Same kukuns who have been there from independence, going to State House, tunaenda kutafuta vitu tulete kwetu. Why can't we be like Burkina Faso, where the president stands up and says A, B, C, D? And that's the kind of president I'm going to be.
And fair enough, we will come to your agenda, Prof, again in the 2027 conquest. Just on that remarks, you seemingly are not satisfied with people who are around the president.
I'm not satisfied.
You told the president to tame some of the people.
I told him to tame Farouk. I can tell him again to tame Lagat. He's the Deputy Inspector General of Police, to suspend him with immediate effect. Tame people like Sudi, tame others, and also Gachagua should also be tamed. Because the way Gachagua's trip is going around, some of them equating Ruto to a dog. In my opinion, that is wrong. We don't want those kind of politics whereby people are now going in. We have to abuse, we have to be tribal, we have to call ourselves cousins. Is that what Kenyans want? No. But that's on the side of Gachagua and team. What about Ruto? Ruto is also not doing what he's supposed to do. Where is the economy going? The country has gone down completely. Are we going to salvage this country? Yes. When I take over the presidency, I'll be a benevolent dictator until things are done right.
A professor of law saying he will be a dictator, quite will be questionable, isn't it?
Yes, benevolent dictator. I don't compromise where the majority issue is concerned. When Kenyans say we want this, fine. Like now Nairobi City. Nairobi City is sinking because it was built in the swamp. My proposal is, let's go and open up a new city in Isiolo. because of Isiolo's proximity to Ethiopia, Somalia, Sudan, and Southern Corridor, we shall expand and then export agricultural produce from the mountain straight to the airport, and boom, and then plan the city. This thing is sinking down. And if I say that, is that wrong? Then I will be a dictator on that one. Parliament will also have to move away from here so that we can maybe take it to Nakuru, so that we can devolve proper devolution, like what Tanzanians have done with the Dodoma, Nigerians have done with Abuja. United States is creating new cities and what have you, so that we can actually urbanize other areas that have been lagging behind.
And Prof, we will discuss your agenda in details. It's time for us to take a short break. Remember, you can be part of these discussions. Send us a message on 22047. The hashtag to use is TV47 News. Time for us to take a short break. We will be back with Professor Wajackoyah, presidential candidate in the 2022 polls, presidential contender in the 2027 polls.